Good morning, good afternoon. We are live at Errl Cup 2025 here in Mesa, Arizona, specifically at the Scarizona Fairgrounds. Here in sunny Arizona, it couldn't be better weather. We actually have a breeze, probably 77 degrees, and that's important because we've been in the 100 degrees, so a lot of people here are really happy to have some super temperatures. Oh my gosh, but we are streaming live thanks to our great friends at Pro Cannabis Media. I'm Tina Tasaka with Cannabis X America, and I want to shout out our sponsors and partners. We have the Libertarian Party of Maricopa, Arizona. They're going to be with us all day streaming live. We've got this beautiful Cybertruck, and that is from our sponsor and friends from the Libertarian Party. We also have the Project Machine Management. They'll be joining us later, and also Greg Johnson Plus. And some other things to think about. We have an event coming up, and it is to feature and honor all of those veterans out there. We have the first annual Stand Down, and it is November 1st. It is going to be at the Gateway College in Phoenix, Arizona. You can find it. You're going to be able to scan it if you come over to our booth. We're going to be doing some promos on it later, but it is featuring none other than Mr. Papa Snoop himself. He is a Vietnam veteran. He is honored with 3 Purple Hearts. He is going to be there honoring veterans. He's going to be talking to veterans, having some small talk, sharing his wisdom, signing autographs, doing meet and greets, doing all that he does, honoring veterans, talking to them, and just building them up, as well as the event. We're going to have a lot of speakers talking about plant medicine, and that's what we're doing here at Errl Cup. As you can see probably from behind, there's a lot of people here. All of the medical patients are here. They got to come in early. They got to come in because they're going to see all of the marijuana vendors that are here. They're picking up products, talking about products. They're going to get bags full of products here today from anyone from pressure, dime, jars. I mean, everybody is here. I mean, I can't even see all of them, and I haven't done my walkabout yet. But hey, I'm going to have somebody join me. Mr. Eric, come on over here and join me. Eric, thank you so much. Eric is our partner and big sponsor today. Eric from the Libertarian Party. Eric, good afternoon.
Hey, it's great to be here, Tina.
It is so good. I'm meeting you for the first time, of course, this morning. And Eric is responsible for us being here with him today. So thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm glad to bring the Maricopa County Libertarian Party to the Errl Cup today for the first time, and we're bringing this entire live stream setup with us. Later today we'll be talking to some of the attendees about different drug policy questions and see if they have some hidden libertarian ideas in there that they didn't realize they knew they had.
You know, I will definitely say that the cannabis folks are not shy, and they definitely want to speak out, especially when it comes to medical marijuana policy. And we've all been fighting for a long, long time, and a lot of the folks here that you're going to meet, a lot of them will go down to the Capitol. You know, they've wanted to fight that battle, so they will go down to the Capitol. So you're going to find that they're not shy, and it's going to be a real fun day to get folks on camera and just speak to them also one-on-one for those that don't want to go on camera, and talk to them about what's hitting them, you know, right here, or what's hitting them maybe in the pocketbook, or, you know, what's really going on with them in their lives, you know?
Yeah, well, it was interesting as we were setting up. I even had a guy come by who was curious about our setup, and sure enough, he definitely shared the same sentiment that he very much owns his body, and so he should be the one to determine, you know, what goes in or out, and that's not the government's business to decide, you know, if you'd be allowed to consume a plant or not. What a silly idea. So the conversations are already started, and we're hoping to get some people up in here soon. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, you guys have quite a giveaway today, so definitely everybody wants to stop by. There is an amazing box of swag that you all are giving. Now, did you want to divulge what the value is? Because I think it's... Did you want to give a...
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
close to $400, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about $400 worth of what is it? Flour, some edibles. Looks like a trim kit. Vapes. You know,
I got a preview of it. I mean, you got every name in there. You got Shango and Rove, and you got all the top names in there, and some pre-rolls and edibles, everything like what you just said, Eric. It's a real nice basket.
It's about every category, right?
Yeah, so everybody that comes by the booth today, everybody's going to be able to sign up for this drawing, and then someone is going to be chosen at the end of the day, if I recall.
Yeah. At the end of the day, obviously write your phone number very clearly, so we can come and track you down. But yeah, we want a winner today. I mean, that's why we have it, and we're glad to have such good partners who helped us put this whole raffle together. But yeah, it's up for grabs. You just got to take the mic today.
Yeah, so also, you know, I've done Errl Cup for, I think, 2-3 years now. I've lived in Arizona close to 5 years, but I can certainly say this is the first time that we've ever seen a Cybertruck here. So thank you, Eric. Tell us just briefly, we've got a little setup here. You've got a Starlink behind us here. Also, the Cybertruck has a refrigerator. I think Cybertruck owners know that there's a refrigerator contained within the vehicle itself. So I'm going to have myself a real cold bevy here later in the afternoon for sure. But if you could just tell just briefly what the setup is here, since we're able to stream live and everything. Geek out on us for us. Come on.
Well, it sure helps that I'm a tech head myself. But yeah, so we have 2 different Starlinks running. We wanted to make sure that this live stream went off without a hitch. We won't have congestion problems. And I think this morning I was testing like 400 megs down, 30 up, easy peasy. But yeah, we wanted to have a perfect setup out here in the middle of the desert, and no hiccups so far, and I think we'll be good all day. I think the other great thing is that every bit of this is powered by the Cybertruck's battery, which supposedly can power a whole house for 3 days straight. So this is nothing at all.
Phenomenal. Well, and again, thanks again to Pro Cannabis Media allowing us to stream live today. My favorite news channel, and I'm one of the news correspondents on Pro Cannabis Media. So thank you again. This is great that we can do this. Well, let's get on with the show. Everybody, please come by. We're going to be doing live interviews here all day. Thank you again to our sponsors. Let's get on with Errl Cup 2025. Thank you again to the Maricopa Libertarian Party. Tina Tasaka, Cannabis X America.
Thank you.
So we'll just keep rolling, let them know, it'll be live, but still rolling.
Okay.
Let them know that.
Oh, yeah. We will be streaming live all day. We're going to just continue to let this roll. People are going to be coming on for interviews, so we'll just continue to stream live and let you see what the action is going on behind us, and we'll keep it rolling, and we'll just keep streaming live. Alex is next. Alex, Mr. Alex, from Trap Culture.
All right, our first.
Alex from Trap Culture. Boy, do they do amazing events. Mr. Alex, how are you doing, sir? How's it going? How's it going? You ready to take the seat with us? Excellent, excellent. We're going to switch over right here.
Perfect. That sounds
Eric
good.
is going to hand over the mic to you, Mr. Alex. Alex with Trap Culture. What is going on, my friend?
Not much.
It is
It's great
so
to
good to
see
see you.
Always.
The last time I saw you, you were out. You guys did a massive, massive event out on the highway. And I don't even know what the actual units were, or what freeway we were on.
Oh, I believe that big one you're talking about. We did Arizona Smokeout on the west side over at the Fear Farm Fields, or the Arizona Sports Complex.
It was the Arizona Smokeout. Yeah. And then you guys had another huge pool party.
Yeah, we just finished up Buds and Bikinis. I believe the last one we did was August 30th.
Yeah,
that was the
so
2-event series one.
So before I get too into the weeds as to what Trap Culture does and what this nice man does, we are, of course, we're streaming live here at Errl Cup 2025. Thanks, Pro Cannabis Media. I'm Tina Tasaka, Cannabis X America, and Errl Cup 2025. Can you believe this weather, Alex? We are so lucky.
It is amazing because, in previous years, it's been really hot. It's
has been
really hot. This is it's still warm out here, but we got a nice breeze. The wind isn't busting up, and it didn't rain over the weekend, so this year's wasn't soggy.
That's true. There's just a lot of we're out here on a big field, and there's a lot of mud puddles that dried up, and they're all crackly and kind of you definitely need to watch where you're going. But this man sitting next to me, they have been putting on cannabis events in the Arizona area for years. They are truly the essence of cannabis events, I have to say.
Appreciate
I
that.
mean, the first time I ever walked into one of their events, I thought, okay, there's going to be 50 people. There were 1,000 people. I mean, I was astounded. I mean, your events are just so amazing. And not only that, they have merchandise. They just have a whole culture that goes into your events. And they are just fun. They do the pool parties that go into the night. And they just have a whole culture that surrounds your event. So if you can just talk about some of your events that you've done here in Arizona to all of the viewers that we have out there, because we're streaming live this time to a bigger audience than we've gone to before. So yeah, if you want to just shout out to how you've been doing events here in Arizona.
Yeah, well, big shout out to our team, Tasha, Ajay, and everybody behind the scenes. But we've been throwing events out here since 2017. Our team took over, I think, about three and a half years ago, and we've completely changed the direction of where this company is going. We're very community-based. We try to get out here and support everybody. But our events kind of speak for ourselves. Like, it kind of shows the how much we are involved in the community by this kind of support that we get and the kind of support that we show we get back. So I'm like, we do everything from lowriders, super shows, massive pool parties. We have our smaller event coming up, our nightclub event, which is crossfaded. Hint to the name, it is the dual consumption event. It's our nightclub event, costume contest, booty shaking. We got all our vendors out here. We got vapes inside, flower outside. We're going to have food at this one. It's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, and as you can see, Alex is wearing the logo. Trap Culture has some really cool merchandise and logo wear, and when you guys do the buds and bikinis, all of the gals, they've got some really beautiful bikinis and beautiful girls wearing the bikinis, and they all have the Trap Culture bikinis and so forth. And you guys have really branched out, and I did not know that you had been around since 2017, but I wasn't living in Arizona, so I didn't know the longevity of how.
Yeah, our owners and the previous people who ran it, they've been doing this for a while now. So coming in and taking off where our team took off from, it's like having to start over again. We had to go back and we lost all our Instagram accounts and whatnot. So it's like we had to start from scratch. So what's been amazing is seeing how small we started with a small little event that we used to do at the Soho, at the Social House. About 250 people. We used to run that monthly. And then we upgraded our venue, it bumped it up to 800, and then we started throwing buds and bikinis, and we're looking at like 1,200 attendance, like on an average day. The last one we did with, I believe, not the Young Jock, but our first one that we did that we really pushed on with Kurt Cobain's. I believe we had like 1,800 people out there. I think we hit almost 2K just at a normal pool party.
Wow, that is so amazing.
The Arizona Smokeout one we did, we hit well over, I believe, 5K on that one.
The thing about the Arizona Smokeout is that you brought in artists from other cities. I mean, you guys have done that so many times. I mean, where you've brought in artists from Las Vegas, and I'm sure you brought in artists from LA
we've done
and other surrounding states. I mean, so that's the cool thing is that you're bringing in these music artists, and you're not just contributing to the Arizona music industry climate. You're bringing in all of these other thriving artists, from Las Vegas and so forth. And so these communities are all coming together. And I wanted to say one more thing that you had just said, and that is, you're here today at Errl Cup, but the thing is about the Arizona cannabis community is that we all support each other. It doesn't matter that I love that we all support each other. When Mita does an event, we all go to Mita. When Trap does an event, we all go to Trap. Everybody supports each other, and I love that about Arizona. I love that everybody supports each other's efforts, when we can. There could be 3 events and you're like, oh God, I can't go to that one tonight, but we all try. We all try to support each other's events, and I don't think that I have seen that in other areas. I think they try, but not like Arizona.
Well,
there seems to be that tight community here.
Absolutely. Well, when you think about other states are pretty wide. Like when you think about California, it is way too big for everybody to really come together. Other states like Texas, where it's not even legal. But, I believe that all started with our medical community. So what ended up happening is, we have a small knit medical community, and a lot of us have been in this industry long enough to where we all still know each other from that community. And when we went rec, that same community stayed together even though it opened up to here. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the people that are coming in, are getting introduced to the people who've been in the game for a long time and bringing them into that culture and showing them that, hey, we're here for you guys. It's been a pleasure. I have a prime example with Pressure sitting right in front of us. They're brand new to Arizona community and coming out. I wanted to be one of the first ones to talk to them to say, hey, welcome. Let's get you guys on an event. Let's get your product in people's hands. Let's work together. Before we do anything, a lot of people, they think there's some bad blood going on between certain people and things like that. We're very much like, hey, we're a promotion company first. It doesn't matter who we're attached to or who we talk to. Like, we're here to help you guys as trap culture. We're here to show the community that we can all come together and end the stigma on cannabis.
I so agree with you. We try to attend as many of the normal meetings, and for those of the viewers that are watching us maybe for the first time, normal's been around since 1970 or 1971.
Something like that.
Test me on that one, please.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
And it was formed because, back in the early 70s, believe me, everybody was out there fighting for the legalization of marijuana as well, just as we're still fighting for it today. There's only 25 states that are legal for recreational marijuana. Okay, folks, let that sink in. There's only 25 states that are legal for recreational marijuana. And so that organization was founded, and it still is thriving today. And, we all do get together and we talk about, to our legislators, what do we want to see on the docket for 2026? And we do get together and we do talk about it. And I see that, I think that the medical patients and that the medical talk was sort of declining, but I'm seeing it on the uprise. Are you feeling that?
A little bit, but the thing is with the like I had mentioned a little earlier, with that medical community still staying pretty small, you don't really see that retail side. So you have a lot of brands that are coming out here, and because that medical community is still really small, and people, the way the rec laws are set up, you can buy a whole bunch of different edibles and stack up to what you're doing. You're paying a lot more, but a lot of people, there's still a lot of benefits to having that medical card. I have my medical card. I'm always going to have my medical card.
Excellent.
I'm like, I need that guy. I'm an RSO patient myself. I have,
okay.
So I'm actually signed up with High Grade and Drip, and they help me with my medication. But, in the end, it's getting away from big pharma. You know what I mean? They're in the business of treating your symptoms, not what the underlying cause is. To where marijuana is going to always hit that underlying cause. So like I say a lot of times, I probably have some mental disorders that I don't know about because I've been on cannabis for so long, but at that I may not have those mental disorders because I've been on cannabis for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so I believe that all cannabis is medical cannabis.
I believe that too. I mean, it was put on this earth by a higher being or God or whoever whatever you might believe in, and we won't make it in a religious situation here, but it was put on this earth and for us to consume.
Exactly. And all we're doing is fighting for the right to self-medicate away from government or companies.
Yes. Yes. What is one thing that you think does need, though, to change to maybe help the medical community better?
One thing that probably definitely needs to change is if we're going to be advocating for our state for they're trying to switch the schedules on this guy and schedule it to a different Schedule 2, a Schedule 2 drug, Schedule 3 drug. I believe that honestly that kills everything that we've worked for moving forward. Like everything that we've worked for the past decade goes out the door. That gives all the power to big pharma. It puts the only way you can get your medication is through a prescription of a doctor. And it closes everything. It stops everything that we've pushed for. So the only thing that I think we should be fighting for is going to be deschedulization altogether. And we're not going to get that political foothold that alcohol and tobacco have until that happens.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. It's got to go Schedule 3 or just completely deschedule it altogether.
I'm not for any rescheduling.
Yeah, no,
deschedulization or nothing. Let's keep fighting for it.
Yeah, I take that stance too. The talk, though, is that it's going Schedule 3, but, we'll see what's really going to happen.
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't think we're going to keep fighting the fight regardless.
Yes. Yeah, we are. We got to keep fighting that fight out here for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just medication, but it's also a lifestyle. That's probably one thing that we really try to do with trap culture is help ending the stigma on cannabis and showing people in the public, not just the people in our community, but the people we reach out to and the people that we bring in from different demographics who know nothing about us that come to our events right off the beginning, and they see what we're trying to do. You're trying to integrate cannabis into a normal lifestyle. And you can do it responsibly without over-medicating, and a lot of people just still have that stigma on cannabis from the Reagan era, especially a lot of the boomers.
Yes.
And then that gets passed on from generation to generation depending on what their parents are telling their children. So it's time that we start ending that.
Yes. There's a whole re-education that has to happen now compared to how marijuana was presented in the 70s and even how marijuana was presented in the 80s when I was going to high school. I mean, marijuana presented in the 80s was, you got it from the guy down the street, and it was kind of a dirty thing, and you got it in a bag, and it was illegal.
Yeah.
It was illegal.
Well, I think that's how the states and legislators are trying to push medical marijuana into a Schedule 2 or Schedule 3 drug, is because they're saying that it's going to open up federal studies where they're not just working off a swag that the federal government's growing themselves. They're actually going to be able to get good weed to actually do these studies, but you can do that by descheduling this guy. You don't need to reschedule this.
Exactly.
You don't need to reschedule it down one just to do studies on it. I think the public with 25 states have shown you, and the law and people breaking the laws, people being arrested for whether DUIs or possession of narcotics or whatever who's getting arrested for weed nowadays?
60 people a day.
Unless you're
60 people a day.
Well, what kind of crimes?
Possession.
Regular possession in legalized states?
Possession, yes.
How do you get arrested for possession in legalized states?
I believe that they have too much product on them, and or they are unfortunately they are not white people. I'm going to just say it, and I gosh, it is just a terrible thing. It is. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they are still getting arrested.
I've been in situations myself as well.
Equity, it's all about it.
I honestly, I think it comes along how you're speaking and how you're presenting yourself as well. I think that has a lot to do with it. I'm like, if I've presented myself as a very intellectual cannabis user, and I have not been stigmatized. I have not been persecuted. You know what I mean? I have no prejudice against or no, been shown to me at all. I've been stopped by plenty of officers. Be like, smells like weed in here. I'm like, yeah, it does. You want to see it? I have it in my backpack. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're always like, no, it's good. I'm like, as long as you're honest and open about it, and you're not really trying to hide anything, they don't care about weed. They really don't, unless you're carrying massive amounts for illegal transactions or you're hauling bricks. Cops don't care about weed. They really don't.
The thing is that we don't really know of those arrests that are really being made. We don't really know the innards of those arrests. So what else did they have with them?
Exactly.
That's the thing, is we're never going to know.
I'm like,
you know.
unfortunately, the cannabis laws are the cannabis laws, but right now you just need to abide by the rules. And as long as you're abiding by the rules, this is a great community.
Yeah. Yeah. They do leave us alone in Arizona.
Arizona's a
They do.
huge. We live in the gray zone.
We do.
We absolutely live in the gray zone.
We
If it's
do.
not stated word for word by law, technically it's a loophole.
Yeah.
It's how you interpret it, which is crazy out here. It's still kind of the Wild West, but I hear New Mexico is even way wilder than we are.
Yes. Yeah, it's a little, I felt it was a little more, we did a symposium there at the end of July. We did the Cannabis Banking Symposium, which was just so fantastic. And thanks to the ACB, the Association of Cannabis Banking, because they were just so fantastic. And we met a lot of folks there that do cannabis banking. And what a whole other subject that is. Oh, my gosh, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
But I felt New Mexico was a little tighter, like I was a little more timid to just, than I was in Arizona,
Well, you're in a state that you don't really know what's going on.
It's true.
It's like opening up your you go over somebody's house and you're opening up the fridge without asking them, kind of thing. You know
That's
what
true.
I mean? You kind of don't know where you're at.
Yes. And we happened to be we were on tribal land there. We were at the Santa Ana Star Casino, and that particular tribe, they had very strict laws. They cannot have any consumption or any cannabis product.
I believe that's actually on any reservation, because I believe they have you can't have any kind of cannabis, no consuming cannabis, and you can't even consume alcohol on the res.
Yeah, they don't have any compacts with the state.
Now, what you're talking about right now, this goes deep. Like,
it does.
This goes really deep, and you know what? I do have to say, with everything that you see in the news, you hear a lot about black and brown people, and then everybody being marginalized, but you know who gets left out all the time? Native Americans. Indigenous people get left out all the time. They're not even in the conversation. If you've ever been to the res, if you've seen how they live, if you've seen the infrastructure and the corruption that goes on in those intergovernments with their federal money,
I'm around it a lot.
It is horrendous, and I think that's where the federal government should be looking. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening to everybody else is bad.
Yes.
But look who's got it the worst, and nothing, not even being talked about, is happening.
There are a lot of conversations, though, going on about it. Yes, but you're right. It took a long time, and there are huge organizations in Indigenous going on, and I go to all those conferences, and it has been certainly elevated, but there has to be a lot more now. And but Tribal is doing real well in cannabis. There's now 100.
Now, yes.
Yeah, there's about 100 dispensaries on tribal lands now.
Yeah, and I believe there's actually something going on with one of the guys who owns he owns like a big, huge grow out in New Mexico. And I believe he's a tribal member, and I believe the federal government's trying to come after him.
Well, yes, there was a Navajo man that was just sentenced to 15 years in New Mexico. Yes, but he also did, and I know we've got to wrap this up here in just a second. But
that has to go with the state's licensing problems, though. That has to do a lot with the state's licensing problems.
Yeah, I'll tell you what he did, though, Alex. He also polluted the San Juan River.
Oh, wow.
And he also did drug trafficking. He had marijuana grows bigger than this field that we're in. He is going to serve 15 years, and it's just but anyway, let's call out. Do you have an event coming up? Let's let's call that out before we wrap this up.
We have our crossfaded event October 30th at the Monarch Theater.
Ooh, all right, October 30th.
Yep,
okay.
This is the third year that we're running this guy. It's gotten bigger. We've changed venues. We moved away from that far east side Endgame venue. Okay. This way, we centralized it in downtown so everybody can come out. Now, it is on a Thursday from 8 to midnight.
Okay.
And you guys can get your tickets at trapcultureaz.com.
Trapcultureaz.com. You do not want to miss this event. It is so fantastic.
We also have VIP bags that are going to be sponsored by Alien Labs, so you'll be getting an exclusive Trap Culture leather duffel bag, some Alien Labs product, as well as some Alien Labs connected swag.
So fantastic, Alex. Oh, that's going to be great. Yeah, folks, definitely tune in. Definitely go and check out Trap Culture and get off to that event. That's a great way to celebrate your Halloween and even celebrate your fall even better with Trap Culture because
Absolutely.
that's a super fun event. I'm going to
Appreciate
be
that.
there. I'll be there.
Oh,
for
you're
sure.
always there. I always love seeing you
For
pop
sure.
out.
We'll be there. Excellent, Alex. All right, well, we're going to keep this Errl Cup going, Errl Cup 2025, here at Scarizona Fairgrounds. I'm Tina Tasaka, Cannabis X America. We're streaming live, Pro Cannabis Media, and thanks to our sponsor, the Libertarian Party of Arizona. All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you,
It's great
Alex.
seeing you again.
Excuse me. Premium DVD here. Do I have it there? I mean, there's. Mm. What's up, man? Hey, excuse me. Mr. Fireman. Pull it out, this bitch. Back in the mail, it's gone. Shit, I got smell. Yeah, I just had the deal, I'm on. Yeah, yeah. Go out, I want. Whatever you want. Like you know. They kind of did it, I'm on. Go out, I want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Shoot. You with me? Pardon me.
Food truck, soul food. I'm gonna have to double back to them definitely. Nice glass, nice pipes.
Take it around the back.
Okay.
Like this right here. That way, that way.
That way.
Okay, 20 seconds.
10-4.
They can hear you.
Good afternoon. We are back. I'm Tina Tasaka with Cannabis X America. We are at Errl Cup 2025. We're streaming live on Pro Cannabis Media, one of my favorite channels. Thank you, Pro Cannabis Media. And thank you to our sponsor, the Libertarian Party of Maricopa. We have Mr. Eric here, our sponsor and partner today. And I have Randy Sobel here, my friend, and she is also our partner and sponsor for an event that we have coming up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having us today.
Randy is with Weed Works, and I am tripping over my words here. Weed Works. And Randy is the founder of Weed Works. She's been doing tremendous work working with seniors and helping guide them through making choices with medical marijuana and making the right choices with medical marijuana. Seniors are looking for those choices for better sleep, better health. Maybe they need help with anxiety, but Randy, why don't you tell your story about your mother and why you started the company Weed Works?
Sure, thank you. I appreciate the time today and love being out here at the Errl Cup and meeting new friends, so thank you so much. Our company was built from passion and mission, trying to help my mom. Mom had MS and chronic pain, and she was on so many different types of narcotics, and it wasn't helping her pain, and it was just affecting her memory. So I had to get myself a medical cannabis education so that I can help get my mom off of narcotics and on to cannabis. It took a while to do so, but in doing so, I saw so many different issues that went on with our healthcare system because people didn't know how to work with my mom who used cannabis as medicine. So it was a journey, and that's why we created WeWork, so no one would have these roadblocks that we had trying to help someone that was looking for an alternative to medications that she was on. So now we go out and we educate seniors and veterans and anyone that has a medical condition that wants to learn and understand how this beautiful plant can help with your ailments and conditions in your body.
Yeah, and they are just doing an amazing job in Arizona here. I mean, there's so many seniors and so many snowbirds, and just Arizona is known for having a massive senior community, and so they are helping seniors every day with better choices and just understanding their choices with medical marijuana. So thank you so much for what you do and what Rob does every day working with seniors. And so we just, knowing that, and also that they work with veterans, we actually have an event coming up.
Yes, we do.
We have an event coming up on November 1st here in Arizona. It is the first annual Veterans Stand Down. Woo! Yes, the first annual. And we will have veterans, several hundred veterans coming together for the very first time with a lot of veteran partners. If you could just call out the veteran partners that we're working with, besides Weed Works, they have been massively instrumental in putting this event together, and it's not easy to do. There's so many moving parts.
No, we're very fortunate to have partners like Tina and Eric with Cannabis X America. We're working with an organization called Valor Veterans Community of Arizona and the I Am Mission, both veteran-founded organizations that are working with the veteran community, and they reached out to us to see about how we can combine and create an initiative to help educate veterans and the state of Arizona about plant medicine and how it can work in their body.
Yeah, so this event is a free event. It is going to be November 1st, as we mentioned, from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. We have speakers, we have panelists, and we have a very special celebrity, Mr. Papa Snoop himself. He will be there. He is a veteran himself.
Yeah, we're super excited.
He is a Purple Heart recipient. He was in the Vietnam War, and he will be there talking to veterans and talking about his mission and also his experience and his wisdom. So come on out and meet Papa Snoop. He's a Renaissance man. He's been all over the globe, and he has a lot to share with veterans, and he gives back to veterans. And we'll talk about his Purple Heart.
You know, in addition, we're doing this at Gateway Community College, and we were fortunate enough to have one of the professors, also a veteran, connect with us to be able to host our event there at Gateway Community College, which does a lot with the veteran community and has a lot of programs for veterans. So everywhere we're turning, we get more and more love sent our way to help this veteran community, which is in crisis. They need this education, and they don't understand how it works in their body. So we're so grateful to all these different partners that are helping to put this event together. So please, please, please come out on November 1st to Gateway Community College from 10 to 2. There's going to be different cannabis brands there, and as Tina said, Papa Snoop's me in the house, so we're super excited to have him on this ride with us.
Yeah, so if you come from a veteran family, if you're a veteran, please come and join us. We're looking forward to meeting you. We want to see you. We want to get you engaged in the veteran community, and this is just first of many. So, you know, look out for us, but check out WeedWorks and check out Cannabis X America. We are posting these things, and you'll be able to find us, and you'll be able to sign up for the event, and we're looking forward to seeing you. And so, yeah, thanks for jumping on with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We're going to keep streaming live here if my microphone doesn't fly off here.
You're set. Thank you, Tina. I'm going to pop out.
Oh, absolutely.
You have a lovely
Thanks so
day.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Randy. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
We're going to keep streaming live here. We've got another gentleman that's joining us. My friend. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy's going to come join us. Jimmy's going to come on. Mr. Jimmy, you might want to keep that hat on because it's going to get a little blustery, a little warm here.
All right.
Not blustery, blistery.
Well, yeah, blistery.
I think blustery would be for those states that get a lot of snow.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So this gentleman, Jimmy, okay, first off, I met him at a Normal meeting. Now, I talked about Normal a little bit earlier today. Normal is it's the organization that was founded. Let me do a quiz here. Was it 1970 or 1971?
I believe it's 1970.
Yay! Okay, we're going to go with 1970.
Yes. Okay.
And it was the organization that was founded by the people and for the people that wanted to legalize marijuana. It even goes back to the 1970s, and we continue that charge, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we still, to this day, I'm gonna repeat some things as we go throughout the day since we're live streaming, but that we only have 25 states that are legal for recreational marijuana.
Well, first of all, thank goodness we're making advances in the medical side, and also people are still being arrested. 600 people a day get arrested.
What was your number just now?
Well, 600.
Okay, so my number was way off earlier today. We were just talking to Alex from Trap Culture. We talked about people being arrested every day. My number was 60. Now, are you talking about 600 people across the nation are being arrested every day?
Correct.
Okay, so I talked about 60 people every day, so my number was low. So 600 people across the nation are still having infractions for usually possession.
That's all it is usually. And the thing about cannabis use in public is 2 miles away you can tell where it's coming from. So a lot of people, they think, oh, no one's gonna really bother to call the cops or something, but that's wrong. I mean, today everyone's got a phone with a camera on it, and all they got to do is send it to the police, and you're in trouble. So I'm a patient, so I have a different view of doing it in public. I think that people who smoke cigarettes, we should be able to smoke cannabis wherever people can smoke cigarettes.
Agreed. I mean, a smoking area is a smoking area.
Right.
Okay, now, if somebody, brought out some kind of I don't even know. I don't know.
Apparatus, are you saying?
Now, I'm curious, Eric, does that number surprise you? 600 people a day across the nation are getting arrested still for marijuana infractions of possession?
Well, from the libertarian stance, putting somebody in a cage for consuming a plant is pretty insane. And 600 is a very high number.
Yeah. Well,
I would have gone with the 60 number.
yeah.
600, that's crazy.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it's in a lot of the states surrounding the legal states. That's where, they have all kinds of interdiction programs, and if your state is legal and across the border it's not, you're coming here to get your medicine or your cannabis, then you're in trouble if you get caught.
I remember I used to live in Colorado, and I think, borders like Oklahoma, Nebraska, whatever. And if you had a Colorado plate driving into those states, they would pull you over for the minorest of thing and try and make up some excuse to search your car.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
So again, I want to thank Pro Cannabis Media here, Mr. Jimmy Young. Thank you, our founder and producer at Pro Cannabis Media. And by the way, this is Jimmy also. And I met Jimmy at the Normal meeting as we started to describe Normal and what they do. And Jimmy, you are wearing your Undo shirt. And that's one reason why I wanted to bring Jimmy on and talk about Undo. What is Undo? I know what Undo is, but Jimmy, what is Undo? The one thing people need to know what Undo is, and we have 2 minutes, so we're going to have to just take a real high-level overview of Undo.
Okay, really quick, a synopsis. There's always a need. There has been, at least for me, is whenever I spoke in any events, I used to do education. I still do. And the problem always came up. What do you do if you're too high?
Right.
Unfortunately, I would say, okay, you're not going to die and things like that. But my partner at the time, she challenged me and said, hey, you can we can figure this out. And so what I did is I went into the biology of how we metabolize cannabis, basically, and I found the answer to that. And
the antidote.
Yes. Well, yeah. Actually, it's even better than that because it's a supplement.
Okay.
So, and it mimics our natural ability to be clear. Because that's what it does. It promotes clarity in the presence of THC. That's an easy way to say it. And that's what Undo's all about, is the safety use of cannabis. Everybody has the right to use it. And if you have something that you could use to clear your head, and it's a supplement. It's not anything that's foreign, let's put it that way.
And you have a patent on this supplement.
Yes, I have a patent.
Yeah, so he's got bona fide patents on this supplement. So, and everybody's done it. You took an edible, it didn't kick in. You take another edible, you don't kick in. So, isn't this fascinating, Eric, that he's actually got a product?
First time I'm hearing about it. So this is mostly you are a little bit too baked and you need to come down to a better level?
You could say that.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's really useful.
Basically, let me get it out, unfortunately. There you go.
All right.
And basically, if you find that you need clarity, what you do is you take the 2 capsules, drink the water, which is very important, and in a little bit, you'll be feeling clarity in a way that you didn't have 15 minutes or half hour ago.
It's the first time I'm hearing about it. That's super cool.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
cool.
you.
It really is, because a lot of people have some real deep troubles. If they've overdone it again, back to the edible situation, you take one
edibles.
and you don't think it kicked in, you take another, or you smoke a J, and all of a sudden you're sitting in a corner crying, and you want it to be done, you want it to be finished. And again, Jimmy's product is ready to go.
Well, it's the perfect part of your kit. for cannabis use. That's how it is.
That's super. And where can they find your product at, Jimmy?
Go to undohq.com and you can find out all about us. Thank you.
undohq.com. All right, folks, we're going to keep going with Errl Cup 2025, and thanks to our sponsor, the Libertarian Party of Maricopa. And we're going to continue on here at Errl Cup. Thank you, Jimmy, so much. It's always so good to talk to you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. This was good.
All right, awesome. Well, we're back, and I've got, you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Amina. I'm here over with the High Society Pod Network, and my friend as well, Adrian.
How's it going? I'm Adrian.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, part of the purpose today is to talk about some libertarian concepts on drug policy, which the Libertarian Party was founded back in the 70s, and one of the original party planks was drug legalization. And it's taken many years, but here we are.
Yes.
It's not every state yet, and the federal government hasn't gotten its act together, but boy, this is a lot of progress.
It is.
A lot of progress. So what are some of your thoughts on how marijuana legalization has changed things for users in the community?
Well, I can start off saying when I started for medicinal use for my pain because I've had arthritis and sciatica and things like that, even starting off at a young age, unfortunately. And moving from state to state, coming from Illinois and coming to here and even going off to Las Vegas, I can see how this state, the marijuana is it's more legalized and it's more comfortabilized in the community. It's known. It's
community friendly. I think is what
it is.
The community out here is really well built, and I hate to say it because I'm in my 4th decade here. I came out of smoking out of what would you call dirt weed out of
the ditch weed back in the day.
A Coke can out in a porta potty behind the high school gym, right? So coming from that, where it was real like not very well known, we didn't know where it came from, most likely coming imported from Mexico, stuff like that, shady places where you got it from, to where you can go to reputable sources now, where you can get high quality product from any place just up the street. We got a couple dispensaries within a mile of us. We've got 5 dispensaries, I think, in 2-mile radius of here. We've got great dispensaries selling half ounces at probably $30 to $40,
which is crazy.
Is crazy. And back in the day, we used to have to know people. So
Definitely.
the amount of fluidity within the community of how accepted it is. And I've been doing this for years, and my family's accepted me one way or the other. And now it's openly accepted. And what's crazy is my nieces and nephew are into this without, I asked them independently, I said, have you come to this on your own, or have you come to it because you've watched me be successful doing my life and still being a pothead?
Yeah.
Like, no, we came to it on our own. We never thought that you influenced us to do this, and that's great because they've seen people drinking or doing other type of smoking, and this is what they chose to do. I think that's a positive thing in my life.
Well,
I've had the same view. I've had other people in my life who've done other drugs, whether it's alcohol or sort of the hardcore drugs. And I was sort of the type, growing up, I would never try to do those things. But, I fall into the cases of health, mental health, and also physical health where I needed something other than pills because I wasn't about that thing. I didn't like taking the medical pills and things like that. So
And
I was like, let me try
sometimes it doesn't work. And
Exactly.
sometimes it doesn't work.
It wasn't the thing for me, so I wanted to try something more healthy and more natural, and that's where I found marijuana.
Yeah, and I think I remember back in the 90s that there was lots of jokes about the dumb stoners and lots of stigma behind personal use. And with legalization, does it seem like that stigma's kind of gone?
Well, I think it's still there that people look down on potheads a lot, but it's also because I think also the culture generally has been more widely accepted that people show up in their own personal representation now. So a lot of people might be seen as potheads and they're not. And I think that's a correlation that's going on right now because a lot of like hipsters and stuff, they're not into pot. A lot of people are not into pot, but they look like they're cool into pot. And so back in the day, you used to be able to say, hey, are you cool? If you smoked weed, you could say, oh, you're cool, you're this part of this group. But now, weed is so widely accepted in all different groups, business classes, regular classes, people who are just trying to make a living. Everybody can afford pot and get together over pot. So it is truly what Bob Marley said, one love.
One love all around. It brings you all
one
together.
place where we can all come together.
Perfect. No, well, this was great. Well, it was really great talking with both of you today.
It was nice speaking with you, too.
Yeah. Well, very cool. I think we have another person coming up.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it. We hope to see you later.
Thank you.
See you
Take
guys
care.
around.
Nice meeting you as well.
Did we do well?
I hope so. I fumbled in the beginning. Sorry, love.
That was fantastic.
I liked the Bob Marley shout out at the end. That was really great, right?
That was a great tie-in.
Good. Thank you so much.
All right, so what roles do we get?
Get life rolls.
Yeah, we do. Take care, guys.
Thank you. All right. Ready for the next one? We're gonna do one more and then you. Up her phone. What are you doing? Get to have a seat. Eric. Hey, Eric. Hey, yeah.
So it's Maricopa County Libertarian Party.
It's Maricopa County.
You just want to write it up on the top just to add that. All right. Hey, I'm Eric, the chair of the Maricopa County Libertarian Party, and I've got a nice guest here. What's your name?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Yes.
Hey, great to meet you.
Likewise.
I appreciate you coming out to the Errl Cup today and
course.
joining our nice little live experiment here.
Of course.
But yeah, we wanted to kind of get a feel and see if you might have some libertarian ideas floating around in your head, since this is a very a good group of people who understands how we can get some freedoms back if we actually fight for it. So what I was curious about is what role do you believe the government should play in regulating personal drug use?
What role should the government play? No role.
Wow, look at that. Hey, you should change your voter registration right now.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, what makes you take that type of opinion and that stance?
I just think it's all personal choice, really. If I want to do some medicating, it's up to me, I should be able to go out and get it at any time, and I shouldn't have any type of regulations telling me I shouldn't do it.
Do you think they should be able to put you in a cage for using something unapproved?
No.
All right. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
When did you start to develop those feelings? Because I feel like most people don't start to see it until maybe their teenage years of realizing the relationship with the government and, how others, bureaucrats and those that would like to control others' lives, want to push that influence in. Did you come around marijuana in your high school or college, or what point of your life was that kind of starting to become an influence in your life?
Marijuana became an influence in my life when I was a teenager, and then it kind of progressed into something that was just a daily use and became a regular part of my life. And yeah,
cool.
That's pretty.
No, that's great.
Every stoner story, right?
Yeah. Now, between the black market that it was then to the now taxed and regulated market that it is now.
Regulated.
It is regulated, but at least they're not throwing you in a cage for it, so that's
exactly
better. How do you feel about the system now?
Personally, I think we should go back to what we had on the black market.
All right. Okay.
I think the regulated stuff is kind of all one note. Does that make sense?
So you're talking about maybe the commoditization of the product?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
No, that's totally. I feel like I've read some stuff that talked about how there's a fear that when the big tobacco converts into the big cannabis, that we would start to get very tightly single note products instead of the amateur growing market, which was more kind of like the wine experience of vineyard and vineyard
exactly.
and vineyard, where you have a lot of variation and
exactly.
personal touch and care taken with the product instead.
Right. And now with the government label, it all feels like it's the same. So.
Yeah. No, that's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to ask about kind of libertarian policy around all of this, or
what's your stance on that?
Oh, I mean, we're in the same mark that it should just be legal and the market should settle it itself.
Exactly.
Right. That the thing that the drug war gave us was a expansion of the police state, which was a terrible thing. I think they started going really hard around what was that, the Reagan years with the the big war on
crackdown on the drugs.
yeah. I mean the whole thing, and the part that I'm talking about is mostly the usage of marijuana or different drugs as a way to invade and trample over Fourth Amendment rights.
Right.
Such as like the car search and seizure is like the easiest example of, I think I smell weed. Now I'm going to violate your Fourth Amendment rights when you have no need to consent to a search to your car. You can always say no.
Right.
The other part was like, gosh, they use it for financial seizures of people's property and money and assets.
Right, which is completely wrong.
Oh, that's like even worse.
That's horrible.
But the drug war is the avenue that they use to go after that seizure.
Right.
So yeah, if we can get the entirety of the drug war kind of rolled back, then the justification to trample on our Fourth Amendment rights goes away.
Exactly. And I honestly don't think marijuana should be in the classification of drugs. Right?
Yeah, it's a plant.
So, only if we could get it to 100% legalization, right? So
that is the goal, and I think it is a step-by-step, and
we're trying to make our way there.
The other part that I think I find funny is every administration that comes along talks about teasing the reschedule of marijuana, and they never do it. And they say, vote for us, we'll reschedule it.
Yeah.
How many times have they tried that one?
they've been doing it since the Reagan.
Yeah, it is completely insane. They use it as a wedge issue,
teasing us to get a vote.
And you know what it took was one of the beautiful parts of the federal system, the federal system is that states can be the laboratory of experimentation, and by pushing legalization and decriminalization in all the different states, I mean, I think our last guest on was talking about it's 25 states are fully legal at the moment, and you know, we're at a point where it is the tipping point of kind of majority of saying like, hey, look, pretty much every state has legalized it, so you know,
there's so many benefits to it too. So many benefits.
Yeah, so it. Let me hit you with one more question if I could.
Go for it.
Yeah. I appreciate hearing. You know, there's all sorts of people out here today, and I'm glad you stopped by. Let's see. You know, how about I've just got a lot of.
Yeah,
I've got
I'm
a whole
like
list.
shoot your toughest questions. Let's go.
I've got a whole list of good stuff over here. Okay, here's an all right one. What are your feelings about expunging past marijuana convictions?
Oh, get rid of them.
I mean, I got that's the too easy a question.
Get rid of them. It's so sad that we even still have people locked up for those types of convictions. Like, it's
that somebody's still sitting in a cage for a plan.
For something that we can do out in the open now.
Legally now, yeah, and they got punished because of the previous.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is kind of
getting fed shitty meals and.
Yeah, I mean, what a terrible way to live.
America.
How about this? How about it? How has attending events like this shaped your opinions on freedom?
Wow. I would say it's the communion of everything. Just seeing how everybody can come together and be at peace in one area, and have their own opinions and talk amongst and not be judged and do certain things. I think the stoner community is very, very tight knit like that. So.
Yeah. There's, I mean, the outfits, you see people of all shapes and all disposition. Like
there's some wild things out here.
Yeah. Gosh, I've seen some funny wigs and outfits and everything else. But
yeah,
everybody is just doing their thing and getting along. It's a really nice thing to have in common.
Yeah, we're all here for one love.
That's perfect. Perfect. Well, hey, man.
Awesome.
I appreciate you coming by to take questions, and
thank you.
I hope you win the raffle.
Thank you.
You know, your participation gets you in there, and hopefully we have some more people coming by later to go and chit chat with us. But yeah, we have a grab bag of about over $400 worth of marijuana products of. Flour, vapes, edibles, the whole nine.
Wonderful.
So we'll see. Just make sure you check your phone by the end of the day.
Sweet. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thanks for the chat.
You have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Keep it going. Tell them we're going to keep it going.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, we're going to keep it going. We've got Cena coming up next. Oh, we got another interview. Okay.
Because then you won't be able to hear. Okay, gotcha. There you go. Okay.
All right. Well, cool. Well,
I'm in this one now. I'm in this one. This one. Okay.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we're back. We've got another person sitting down to chit chat with us today.
Heather, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, we have got Eric here also with the Maricopa County Libertarian Party. Eric is our sponsor and partner here today. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, great to be here.
So I found out from Heather, it is her first Errl Cup. Yeah, isn't that fantastic? And you know what I love is, I'm not sure if that was your husband or your fiance, but they choose to do events together, and they choose events in which they have never done before. So they had never done a cannabis event together, and they chose to come to Errl Cup today.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
So
Yes,
I
you
think
did.
that is so fantastic that they're, choosing a new adventure to embark on together. And then she shared a story about her father, and so we had a little chit chat. So welcome to Errl Cup.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
welcome. Yeah.
Well, Heather, so being the chair for the Maricopa County Libertarian Party, I wanted to come here and get some viewpoints from other people who share a common interest in drug legalization, decriminalization, and this is my first Errl Cup as well.
All right.
So, but so I have just some good old talking questions for us.
All right.
So let's go and say, okay, so how has access to legal marijuana influenced your views on other controlled substances?
In all honesty, I feel that to each their own, meaning like there's some people that do other illegal substances and they do stupid things while doing it. It's all in the person, in all honesty. I've learned a lot when it comes to like medical marijuana, things like that it helps people in many different ways. And I think that this is a natural plant, and yeah, it can be, influenced in different ways, making different like strains and things like that, but it's all like legit, comes from a plant, where other things.
For example, like psilocybin mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms. Now that you've seen the legalization of marijuana, would you think that, maybe it could be time to decriminalize, legalize, and take down some penalties on psychedelic mushrooms?
I think so, yeah, because just because you are in your own home, as long as you're not out, doing stupid things, but yeah.
As long as you don't hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
That's a general libertarian idea of the non-aggression principle, which is really, don't hurt people, don't take their stuff.
Right.
And why should the government be involved?
Right.
So personal use could be great. I know I happen to live in Denver when the decriminalization petition was going around, and I signed it. And I believe it is now still decriminalized in Denver County. So really the main thing is taking that off of the police's priority, that it's decriminalized, you're not enforcing it, and to essentially leave these people alone. Now, I know there's been the question before put to libertarians of, if heroin was legalized, would a bunch of people just run out and do it tomorrow?
True. I don't think so, but yeah, you never know. You never know anymore,
But yeah, it's mostly one of these things of like, the people that seem to be using it are going to be those users, but I don't think we're going to get regular people jumping out to go and use those, what media would consider harder drugs.
I think people would educate themselves, actually.
Okay.
I think people are turning to those education methods, and now that we have the proliferation of AI and ChatGPT and Google and Bing, and I can mention a million other search options, I think that we would go and search real quickly, what is heroin?
Yeah, right.
Truly,
Pretty
because
awful.
it is, and it is, and I don't believe that there are any benefits for heroin. It probably could be served at a very high level in a hospital situation for somebody that has had a massive accident, but I think that there are other drugs that would do that, from a fentanyl to something stronger, for somebody who's, in grave pain. But I think that people would turn. I think a lot of people would turn to education if something like that became legalized.
Yeah.
This community would.
Yeah,
this
right?
community would, for sure. People are arming themselves with education.
Well, it's good. Well, especially now that government studies can be run, which I think was one of the main barriers in the past, was due to the scheduling level, it prevented research, like real college, level research from being done, which now is finally happening, so we can have a better understanding of how marijuana affects the body in good and bad ways. And I just wanted to come back to a marijuana question of how has marijuana helped or hindered productivity in your life?
I'm a supporter.
Okay.
My boyfriend, he has a severe mental illness, and he has medicine, but the marijuana helps him even more.
Wow.
So it's a huge difference. When he has carts, when he has a cart or not, like he just ran out of his cart, and then I saw this on TikTok, and I was like, okay, we gotta go. So, you know what I mean? And this is our first time, so we're hoping for a great day and everything, and so he can try different things that he's never tried before either. So, but with seeing him with and without it's like a night and day.
Oh, wow.
More of a calming, is it for anxiety?
Yeah, anxiety and for the mental, So it helps him a lot. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we've had a great little conversation here, and I appreciate hearing your opinions on everything here.
Thank you.
And keep by your phone later today and see if you win our lovely large raffle of.
That'd be awesome.
A lot. Did you see that? And you're like, oh wow.
Yeah. I told my boyfriend, I was like, it's like a lot of money worth, and he's like, all right. So.
Hey, it wasn't too bad, right?
Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
Yeah, good.
So,
well, hey, thank you so much for coming
welcome.
by and chatting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy,
nice
Heather.
You
so glad you could make it out to
Thank
Errl
you.
Cup for
Me
your
too.
first time.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Yeah, and we'll keep live streaming here.
Yep, we'll be here all day.
We can keep it going. Yeah, it's been a good crowd so far. Errl Cup 2025. We're out here in Mesa, Arizona, enjoying the warm sunshine for sure.
Very warm.
Absolutely. I think Eric's going to get a little bit of a tan.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Did you put any sunscreen on?
What's sunscreen?
What is sunscreen? And that's a conversation we should have actually, coming from us natural people that all believe in, natural plant medicine. There have been a lot of controversial discussions lately on sunscreen, and do you think that all the chemicals in sunscreen are doing the opposite of what it should be doing, and applying sunscreen, is it really helping us?
Yeah, it's funny, I've read some of this stuff. I'm not a doctor,
right?
But yeah, I've seen some of the stuff that the typical chemical sunscreens that we get are definitely not as good as what's approved over in Europe, and our FDA won't approve European chemicals, which is just completely silly. Again, the government getting in the way. And the other part that I've seen is that alternatives such as zinc-based, kind of that like thick white sunblock has been a lot more prolific than it used to be.
They're wearing it in Australia. You see them wearing it in Australia.
Yeah.
Being so close to the equator, or to the where are they? Are they closer to the equator in Australia?
No, but they just happen to get a ton of sun. Where?
Why are they? Why is the sun so brutal? And why is it so brutal in Australia?
You got me. But I
Why is the sun so brutal in Australia?
I'm not
Come on,
too sure.
Heather. Come on, you get down under. Come on.
I don't think they have as many trees and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, they got plenty of trees. They got koalas. I've been there 3 times, but no, it's where they're nesting in the world. No, I don't know that it's close to the equator. I guess I don't know my geography very well, but
I think the main thing is that we should have a free market for sunblock options, and the fact that the government wants to pick and choose what chemicals we can have.
Yeah.
It's a little silly, and is one of those things that, there are other, what seem to be better tested and safer products in Europe, but we're prevented by the government from having these things. From my point of view, the government intervening is a problem, and that, at the end of the day, in the same way that it is with marijuana, it's your body. You should be able to choose what to do with it, not the government. So if I want to use some European sunscreen, I should be able to.
Yeah.
Indeed. We are all for that all the way.
Yeah.
That's a true statement, huh, Heather?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, cool. We'll do we have somebody up next? Or are we...
We're still streaming live here. We are
Yes,
streaming
we are.
live. Yeah.
We
we're
can keep
listening,
asking you questions
We're
if
listening
you're
to the
game
good
for
music
it.
here.
Whatever.
Shoot.
But our producer is wrapping us up here. Yeah, he is wrapping us up.
All right.
And
well, let's just thank you again for coming by, Heather.
No problem.
And,
Thank you for having me.
Just hang out by the end of the day, and we'll let you know
All
if
right.
you're the winner.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
thank you, Heather. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Enjoy Errl
Thank
Cup.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Bring DVD here. Don't have it there. I mean, there's. Mm. What's up, man? Hey, excuse me. Mr. Party.
Pull it out this bitch. Back in the mail, it's gone. Shit, I got smell. Yeah, I just had the deal. I'm on. Yeah, yeah. Go where I want. Whatever you want. Like you know. They kind of dig it. I'm on. Go where I want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Shoot.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Hold the truck. So cool. I'm gonna have to double back to them. Definitely. Nice glass, nice pipes.
Good afternoon. We are here at Errl Cup 2025. I'm Tina Tasaka with Cannabis X America. And thank you to Pro Cannabis Media. We are streaming live. And also thank you to our sponsor and partner here, Maricopa County Libertarian Party. We have
Great.
Mr. Eric here. And I also have Kiera here. Hi, Kiera. So nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on with us. Just a couple other thank yous. I want to thank Project Machine Management and also Greg Johnson. Oh my gosh, Tina. Just talk. Greg Johnson Plus. One day I will learn how to talk, right? So yeah, we have joined up here at Errl Cup 2025 here in Mesa, Arizona. And Kiara, you have joined us here today. Thanks. Yes. You've been at Errl Cup before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you said you had been here a couple years ago.
Yeah, I came here maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Just put the microphone a little closer.
I came here maybe about 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so do you think, have you walked around yet?
Yes.
Okay, do you think that it's bigger today or compared to a few years ago? Can you remember? Same size?
Maybe the same size. I feel like last time I came, they were like more like throwing stuff out in the crowd. It was more busier, but it is still early.
They might start throwing stuff out at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And was there a specific reason why you came? Are you part of the medical community?
Oh, yes.
Well, I know Eric's got some questions for you then, for sure, on the medical side. He's really...
you know, that's a great one. So, yeah, I actually do have a great one here, if I can find it. Oh, okay, perfect. So, as a medical user, what concerns do you have about mandatory drug testing in workplaces?
I feel like that's unfair because you don't test for like prescription drugs, and this is something that also gets prescribed.
Yeah, no, that is a good thing. Do you think that marijuana should be a disqualifier from employment?
No, it doesn't really like decapitate you or make you, work less than. If anything, it makes me focus. That's what I use it for.
Oh, okay. So since marijuana has been legalized, what kind of effects have you seen in your daily life?
I think it's been all good effects. I've been able to recommend it to people who aren't able to get it medically. And I'm very happy it's decriminalized. Where I'm from, a lot of people go to jail over this, so I love it out here.
Where did you come from? What state?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. And is it, I don't know the state laws off the top of my head, is it still illegal there?
Yeah, it's still illegal.
Wow.
Which
That's
state
crazy.
is that?
Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, you just have to pull the mic up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Wisconsin is a real interesting state. As a matter of fact, it's not legal for medical or for recreational. But what is so interesting and so profound about that state is actually the tribes are driving the medical to get it approved. The tribal nations have a big say, and they have a foundation there called something wellness, Milwaukee Wellness or something like that.
Okay.
And it's the tribes that are going to get medical push through. They are. They're going to do it. The tribal nations are going to do it. I'm following it very closely. So yeah. Okay. So that's good.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Who would have guessed? Yeah. But yeah, the kind of from the libertarian perspective, which is a viewpoint of small government and less government intervention. This is kind of the biggest rollback of government intervention in your life. Are there any other areas where you would like to see the government maybe a little less involved?
Not really anything that I can think of off the top of my head, no.
Would you be happier if the TSA got rid of such intensive pat downs and stuff for people?
Yeah, I feel like they are getting better. I travel a lot. I didn't have to take off my shoes the last couple times.
But again, how silly was that? One guy 20 years ago, and it took 20 years for that to get rolled back. Isn't that crazy?
Ridiculous.
It is crazy that it took 20 years after it was the Unabomber that kicked it off, and then 9/11.
It was that shoe bomber guy.
The Unabomber, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was like a whole thing. Because back, the thing is, go and watch some TV or movie from like the 80s, and you can watch people run to the gate with their family.
Right, it's not so intense. I mean, I do
It wasn't
understand
that
the
long
caution,
ago.
but
Even
it
the
is
Christmas
a little
movie.
much.
Yeah. The Home Alone.
Home Alone, yeah, they were running to the gate.
Yeah.
And that was normal.
Right.
That was normal. And so we've rolled back the government a little bit here. What do you think about like kind of the next step potentially is like psilocybin psychedelic mushrooms? What do you think about decriminalizing or maybe a similar legalization of that?
Yeah, I think that should be decriminalized. I feel like it's kind of on the same similar level as marijuana. Yeah, I feel like it's on the same level as marijuana. It's not, it's just something that people use. A lot of people use it for different reasons. Some people do use it for health reasons, to calm them down and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the general libertarian stance is as long as you're not hurting somebody.
Exactly.
Don't take their things. Don't hurt other people.
I feel like alcohol is worse.
Oh my, yeah,
Yes.
geez. Alcohol is a pretty big menace, but the last time they it took a constitutional amendment to do alcohol prohibition, that created the mob and the mafia. So there's all these things that end up happening as unintended consequences when the government intervenes. And one of the other things that I had a conversation with a sheriff a couple last week, and he actually brought up an interesting point that was before alcohol prohibition, the drink of choice for Americans, and this would have been, in the 1900s, was beer. And after prohibition, because the government made it so much more essentially expensive to smuggle alcohol, everybody started going into grain alcohol. So there was a whole switchover of beer culture into hard alcohol, which is much more dangerous and has more overindulgent side effects. So the government really shifted people's usage into like arguably not a better form of that product.
Right.
And now that we have some legalization, we have cleanly tested, percentage tested products where it hasn't been tampered with.
Right, exactly.
That there's been good benefits to rolling back some of it. I mean, we still deal with a lot of regulations, I would argue.
Yeah, we do.
But we're not putting people in cages over this like they seem to be doing in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
That's
I know
crazy.
a lot of people that are in jail because of marijuana.
Did you tell them to vote with their feet and move if they can?
Yeah.
It is interesting though in Wisconsin. I do believe that you all have the hemp D9 drinks though available for purchase.
Yep, those came recently.
And what's so crazy is that we got them yanked off the shelf by our AG here in Arizona, and they're not available here in the state. But yet Wisconsin, which is not legal at all, you can get the hemp D9 beverages, and a lot of people are enjoying those because you don't get a hangover, you don't want to drink alcohol anymore, and people are turning to those beverages, and so those are readily available. They're considered the RTD drinks, the ready to drink. And have you tried those by chance?
No, they weren't available when I moved out here, but I know some people back home that like those.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, where there's a will, there's a way, and one of the other libertarian things is that we think the free markets are the best way of providing the products that people want. Because at the end of the day, somebody's got to buy it, right? Or else it's going to fail. And we want to see, at the end of the day, the market should tell us who the winner and the loser is, not the government.
Exactly.
Well, look at you, got some libertarian views in there. Did you think you would realize that today?
No.
Okay. Well, look, that's great. I can do some more questions, or I think we've got a big wave of people coming in here at the Errl Cup.
Yeah.
It looks like this is the open access, so we've can't see this on here, but boy, we've got a lot of people coming in. Who will hopefully be
What's
interviewing
on your docket
more.
for Errl Cup?
Yeah, what
are
else
you going to make the rounds to everybody, or are you going to? Do you have a list of 10 top 10 to visit?
I try to scope out, see who's giving out product, and I hit them first, and then around my second loop, I try to go everywhere I missed. for the samples and stuff. I don't want to get too messed up too early on.
Yeah, right. Right. Well, we had Jimmy on earlier. Jimmy is the man that invented that undo.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
if you take too many edibles or if you get yourself in a situation where if you've taken too much marijuana, you can take this product called Undo. And he's walking around, and he invented that product a few years ago. And he's
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's a scientist, and yeah, it's called Undo. And so he just jumped on with us maybe, I don't know, an hour ago. He was here, streaming live with us. He's wearing a shirt that says Undo.
I'm gonna have to look for him. That's really
So
cool.
look for a man that, yeah. So that's kind of, yeah. And he's part of the Arizona culture here in marijuana. And he has a patent on it too. It's kind of cool. So you never know who you're going to meet in this industry. It's,
that's what I love.
It's
I've
so
met so many cool
multi.
people.
You know, you just keep stacking those Legos, and it's just endless here in this industry. Who you meet.
Yeah.
Are you in the industry by chance?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, we're sure glad that you came. We don't want to keep you, for sure. We're going to keep streaming live here. And did you sign up for the drawing?
I did.
Excellent. Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Well, hopefully stick by your phone by the end of the day and see if you're a winner. I mean, it's like $400 of different products of
I hope I win.
edibles, vapes, flour, all the different categories.
Okay, do I have to be here to claim it?
You would want to get it at the end of the day, yeah.
Okay, so
Try and stick around.
Okay.
I think, what is it, end at 4? So hopefully before 4 o'clock we'll go and draw and stuff.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming by, and
thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
great.
much for jumping on. We'll grab that for you. You go get some products. Enjoy your Errl Cup. We're gonna keep on talking here. See you guys. I see you guys. We're going to get you on here in just a second for sure. Yeah, we've got some initiatives going on with those guys, some real cool stuff, some tech stuff, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you need me for this?
Yeah. Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to change the landscape of the marijuana industry by putting in kiosks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the vending machine?
Yes, it
thing?
is.
Okay, I did hear about that a little bit.
And,
All right.
you know, there's just a lot of reason why we need to be placing them. You know, there's some real trouble spots in some big cities. I'll pick on Las Vegas for just a moment.
Okay.
So Las Vegas has a real problem with the illegal market. It happens to be about 33% of the market. And it's that there's not a dispensary on the strip. And so the tourists, you know, they are going to do their search for a dispensary on Google and so forth. And so
Premium DVD here. Don't have a damn. I mean, there's. What's up, man? Hey.
Like
to me.
I have no idea, but it's what we do. Welcome to the biz.
We're going to be able to do the same opening all over again.
We up?
It's a cooker.
It is. You guys picked a.
We can talk about the Vegas again. Well, when they come back on.
Looks like we're rolling.
Good afternoon. I'm Tina Tasaka, Cannabis X America. We are live streaming on Pro Cannabis Media. Thank you, Jimmy Young. Thank you, Jimmy Young. Thank you, Jimmy Young. And thank you to Eric with the Maricopa County Libertarian Party. And look who I'm with. Look who I'm with. My favorite pal, Chef Turtle. He's been to Errl Cup 20 times, even though Errl Cup's only been around 5 times, but he's been doing it secretly on another planet, right, Chef Turtle?
We've been doing it everywhere we can.
So, Chef Turtle, seriously, I know you've been out here. You are not only an educator, you are an author.
Yes, I am a
an
published
entrepreneur.
author.
You are a chef delight. You are a infuser. You infuse food. You infuse delights. You infuse culinary delights.
Everything under the sun. We do meats, treats, sweets, and drinks, and I show you how to do it on my YouTube show.
I wish I had a cold bevy right now that was infused. I wish I did. I wish I did.
Uncle
I wish I
Bootsy's
did.
Tea is right around the corner, and they've got an
Okay.
infused drink for you.
Oh, is that the secret? Okay, I'll be going there after this live stream cuts.
No, that's
Indeed.
awesome. Okay, so yeah,
Okay, this man has won so many awards, and
It's
he
only
never
16.
He never brags.
Oh,
but
not?
through the Cannabis Music Awards, the Nevada Music Awards, all of these Errl
Oklahoma.
Cups, Oklahoma. I mean, I'm telling you, he's highly decorated. Yes, he's very impressive. And he just came out with his second guidebook, which everybody has to order on Amazon.com. Second guidebook, Turtle's second guidebook, right?
Edibles
second
made
edition.
yes, Edibles Made Easy, Chef Turtle's Infusion Guide second edition, now with tips and tricks on cultivating cannabis. So you can do a kind of a farm to table. Grow your own and then infuse everything into your own products.
So since this is my first time meeting you and understanding all that you do. So what got you started?
Basically, I'm a patient first, and I've been in culinary for over 20 years. I've been wanting to get into the cannabis field for a while. Once I was able to, I jumped in and started working at the Mint Cafe over at the Mint Dispensary. Me and my best friend and another chef, we co-wrote their hotline menu back in 2020. And then around April, I stepped away to start my educational consulting business, Chef Turtle's Infusion Consulting LLC out in Arizona.
So you're giving your talents to people who want to make good infused products, is that?
Correct. Along
Okay.
with that, helping people save money for brands that want to start off making edibles. It's a great educational tool for them to use so they can dose it properly, understand gauge loss, understand the difference of the terpene breakdowns and things like that. And along with having a simplified method for infusion that works every time.
So with the book and stuff, you're targeting like people at home. Is that right?
I'm any kind of a patient. So for me, I had a lot of addiction issues because of 2 knee surgeries, and the doctors had me on a lot of opiates. So it's great for that avenue. The elderly that can't spend a bunch of money on edibles, it's wonderful for them to save the money and make it themselves. It's great for people with heavy medical issues that can still cook, but again, they're on that budget. They have to maintain and figure out what works for them on a budget. So using these methods, they can find it at different places and then make the actual infusions at home and triple their product just by buying the flower from a dispo instead of buying the actual infused product.
Oh, wow. No, that's really cool.
I loved how you broke that down. That was excellent. How you broke those 3 pillars down, for sure. I mean, and you know, growing your own. I mean, there is money to be saved, but you can also making your own edibles. You can choose those unique flavors that maybe a dispensary wouldn't have.
Right.
You know, something really unique, maybe a coffee flavor or something really, really super unique, or you're, you know.
And I like doing a full spectrum or a full plant spectrum that's strain specific. So I know that this strain right here works very well for me consuming. So
Right.
turning that into an edible, I'm going to get the same effects for my body that I'm looking for pain relief, anti-anxiety, muscle relaxation, slowing the mind so you're not overthinking or over-anxious without getting that couch lock aspect. Or if that's what you're looking for, you need a good night's sleep, figuring out what terpenes are in this strain that are going to work well for my sleep aspect, the pain relief again, and things like that. Because I've had 2 knee surgeries, so pain relief is a big one for me.
Nice. Well, so since I'm the government guy, the political guy, how has the change in the government policies around this affected the edible business that you've been into? Have you found it to be the regulation overbearing, or have they worked with you, or how's that gone?
For myself, because I don't sell any edibles, I'm just an educator. I've had it a lot easier than the average person starting out doing an edible company. I don't have to jump through all the hoops and licensing things because I'm just educating. I'm not selling a THC product.
Oh, that's
so
good.
if you were to sell the THC product, you'd need to get your FA card, and then you would need to find a brand that has their dispensary license, because in Arizona, it's an vertically integrated license. You have to have one to be able to have it all.
Oh, wow.
You can't just have a piece of the pie. But you can get your FA card and then work underneath one of those licensed companies to sell your products, which is what the majority of brands do. It's a great way to do it. You just have to work and collaborate with other companies that have full licensing.
Okay.
Your questions are so great. But you know what is so interesting, though? Like someone like Turtle, and even someone like myself, who are standing here doing the media, and/or he's doing education. Even though we don't sell edibles and we don't do any of the plant touching, for example, we still have to put those caveats on our social media that we're not selling product, just so we won't be taken down.
And I
Isn't
still
that
get
sad?
hit with so much stuff.
Isn't that sad?
Personal
that-
use
yeah.
only, not for sale or
Yeah.
trade, and then educational only.
Yeah, educational only.
Big
I'm not
educational
selling
only
any,
at the
yeah.
bottom of the video
Of
the whole
course.
time.
I do it in my posts
Yes.
and everything in quotes, so that way when Facebook and all the meta read it, it stands out. And I usually get away, but there's still times on the most random stuff it just gets hit. So it has been a challenge, but just educating.
So I've got one other edible question for the infusions. Is there a particular like food infusion that somebody wouldn't think? I mean, everybody's like, yeah, brownies, yeah, like the gummy treats or whatever. But what would people not expect?
So
could
I've
be
got
infused?
a triple infused smoked brisket on my YouTube channel, Chef Turtle's Infusion
it.
Kitchen. I have a double infused smoked turkey for Thanksgiving. I've got an infused ribeye that I used an infused honey injection with. I do potato salad, pasta salad. I got peach cobbler, ice cream, gummies, the hard candies and things. I got lemon bars for Mother's Day. I've got an eggnog that's infused. I've got a virgin margarita that's infused. And we
It's
can
so
keep
not
going.
fair that he
Not
said
everything.
the brisket.
So
you know, when I had you on my podcast, he said brisket, and I said, you better be dropping off brisket at my unit later. And then today, you pull out the brisket again.
Okay.
It's a big talking point when
It's
people
so
ask
not
that
fair.
stuff that's not sweets or treats.
Right, and so you're using like a needle to inject in the meat.
So
Is
with that
what's
one,
going
I
on?
did a triple infusion, and because I do a low and slow cook, I did a little longer for the activation than I should have. So I transitioned the THC to CBN because I used a seasoning infusion in the beginning, where I cut a portion of the fat cap up, but not detaching it, rubbed it all in, and then put the fat cap over. So when the fat starts melting and dripping into the meat, it absorbs through the medicated seasonings and pulls that in. I did a honey injection in the beginning, and then a olive oil infused injection at the end for the last hour rest when I pulled it out. So that way it was completely infused all the way around.
Jeez.
That
You
sounds
only need a
amazing.
nibble, I guess.
I mean, I do have
Do we have a grill in here?
the
No,
most potent
no.
edible pound for pound as well, 52,969.2 milligrams total for a 3.6 pound ice cream sandwich that I did and had fully tested over at the University of Arizona at a Tournament Analytics. And pound for pound, it was over 14,000 milligrams.
So Is there contest going on here today?
There is the vape wars, the bong wars, and the dab wars today.
Okay, there's no chef.
And then I think there's an edible wars, but no cook-offs.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Good to know.
Wanted to check it out. Wanted to make sure that we gave you some kudos if there was some things
Not
going
today,
on.
but we got to talk to Jim on that because there's a lot of food trucks out here, and I'm sure that they would be definitely interested in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Reach out to Eric. He's got the ideas.
To get some
I'm
good,
serious. Reach out to that man over there. He's got the ideas, Mr. Eric.
I know.
The man behind the camera.
I don't know how I'm going to get over the brisket. Are you going to get over the brisket?
You can do an infused pork shoulder the same way.
No, I'm talking about eating it right now, Chef Turtle.
I don't have that right now, but I do have it on my show, Chef Turtle's Infusion Kitchen.
Indeed,
YouTube.
indeed. So, I know you do a lot of events. Do you have anything coming up?
Right now, this is the only one I do have coming up because we're here right now. The Cannabis Awards Music Festival is January 17th. So that'll be 2025 Awards, 2026 Festival. And then they're going to do don't quote me on it yet, but they should be doing another one for 2026 at the end of the year for those awards.
Excellent. Okay.
So,
all right.
And that's going to be a crossover event this time with Tacos and Tequila over in the West Valley again, like they did 2 years ago.
Very nice.
That's a winner one. That's a real winner for sure.
And if anybody's got questions, reach out to ChefTurtle420.com or ChefTurtle420 on Instagram or Facebook. I'm always here for the patients.
Chef Turtle will definitely get back to you. That is for sure. He is a fantastic person, and
you got to keep those smiles growing.
He takes care of his followers for sure, and with a smile. I can attest to that.
Always.
Right?
You got to have a smile.
Oh, that's true.
Because it look good on you.
That's true. That's so true. He will send you words of wisdom and certainly will make your day. He has made my day many, many, many times. So anything new out here? We haven't gone to explore.
I haven't been able to run around.
Okay.
I've just been at my booth. I do have my workshops at 1 o'clock, butter infusion, 2 o'clock, proper dosing, and 3 o'clock terpene breakdown.
Oh, super.
And they're quick, 10 to 15 minutes, so people can come, get some education, and then go about their day. They're not stuck there for an hour just sitting. It's quick in and out.
Yeah, that is something that is very unique about you, Turtle, is that you do have that terpene breakdown in your book. Could you just touch on that real quickly for the viewers and for everybody that's live with us right now? You're right over there.
So the terpene breakdown that is in my book, it is all about the different terpenes that you would find in cannabis, from ostamine, pinene, myrcene, caryophyllene, etc. And it basically gives you the breakdown of the aroma, the benefits, the effects, the cooking, the boiling points, so you know how to cook with it, what temperatures are the burn-offs, what it's also found in for your plants, your seasonings, and everything else, so you can add more to your food products, along with the top 10 in my first and second edition book are strain specific. So you can figure out what strains, whether you're East Coast or West Coast. I have a big culmination of everything in there for the top 10 or 12 terpenes that you would find as your primary list. You do have secondary terpenes and primary terpenes, and in that book it goes over a bunch of them, but the primaries are going to be what's strain specific. And I do have strains from East to West Coast, so no matter where you are in the country, you can find what works for you.
Yeah, and that terpene gets real important. I mean, even for the medical community, I'll just touch on it real quickly. That terpene gets real important because somebody may be looking for medical marijuana that will stimulate their appetite, or somebody may be looking for something that will really help them with pain. Isn't that true?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
caryophyllene, myrcene, those are great for pain relief.
What's the put you all the way to sleep terpene?
The one that'll put you all the way to sleep.
Terpene will
Terpene,
knock
okay.
you out. It is a good heavy sedative aspect. If you want something a little bit lighter, I would go with like a caryophyllene. If you want something more euphoric, myrcene. I always tell people the joke, if you've heard of eat a mango 30 minutes before you smoke and you'll get higher, there's a lot of truth to that, because myrcene is the main terpene that's found in mangoes.
Yeah.
So consuming that prior to will help activate and enhance the psychotropic aspects of tetrahydrocannabinol.
You
or
really
THC.
know your stuff.
He does.
Just a little bit.
It's just so fantastic, but those are important things
Mostly
to know
self-taught.
when people are even starting out, or if they're not starting out, just to know what that terpene profile is, or if you're helping somebody or guiding somebody through, you want to know what that terpene profile is, because if you're guiding someone through and they want marijuana for sleep, or they want it for anxiety, they want it for appetite stimulant, or they want it for whatever reason, you want that terpene profile. You want that bud tender to help you with that too.
And that's going to dictate how the plant is. Most people, I've noticed, want a really high THC content. While that can be good in a lot of aspects, the terpenes, the higher the terpene content, that's going to dictate how the cannabinoids are active in your endocannabinoid system, how they're going to react. So if you have terpenes that are going to make you energetic, you've got terpenes that are going to give you creativity, a little bit of a racy mind sometime, or at least a good energy boost. You've got terpenes that are going to bring you down and get you that couch lock that you might be looking for, good pain relief, muscle relaxation, things like that. And it goes all across the board. And then when you're crossing them over with different ones, you can get similar and different effects.
Thank you for that, Chef Turtle.
course.
Yeah, that's just some great stuff to know in this industry, and it's someone like Chef Turtle who's working with it so often. It's so great to know. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us. We know that you need to mosey around, and I know you're a one-man show, so you're going to be going back to your place and doing some education this afternoon, which
I got about 30 minutes until my first workshop, and I'm heading back now. So that's good.
Super.
I love teaching.
I know. You thrive in it. You thrive in it, which is so fantastic. And we need more Chef Turtles in this industry, so we're so glad that you're here.
Keeping that smile growing and the positive energy flowing, and it was a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you so much for those questions.
Yeah.
And if you ever have any, let me make sure I've got it. No, I don't. You'll have to come by the tent.
Okay.
It's the green double wide over there right next to Dime. So come on by, and I got some cards, some stickers for you.
Perfect.
Reach out if you ever got any questions, or if you ever have another event that you need a speaker for education or motivation, because I do talk about uplifting aspects as well. If you need a motivational speaker for anything that you're doing, let me know. Reach out, and we can always work something out.
Sounds like I'm going to have to make a visit.
That sounds good to me. Remember to keep that smile growing and the positive energy flowing. Love, peace, and cannabis.
Chef Turtle, thank you so much. Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm a little bit sweaty. Thank you so much. My whole back. Yes. We can say that, though, live, even though we know it's the Arizona heat. Yes, it is a little bit heated out here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get yourself a tan here. I do believe so. Yes, Errl Cup is cooking out here. We've got a couple more hours to go. Everybody's filling in here. There's a huge crowd. There's long lines for all of the cannabis companies, all of the brands out here. What do you think so far, Eric? You having a great time?
Oh, I'm loving it. This is the coolest community event I've seen in quite a while, and to see such a turnout of just all types of people is really good to see. Especially just that legalization makes a lot of things possible.
It is really a truly different community, one that I've never seen also in my lifetime, where people come together and they're so willing to share and give back, and it is certainly something that, like I said, it's just nothing that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've been involved in a lot of different communities, and from high tech to, just everything, living in Las Vegas for 29 years. The tennis community, though, the tennis sports community in Las Vegas was a big give back, big give back. I will say that. I mean, we drove the sports market in Las Vegas, and what's going on? And
some friends here. So the tennis community.
Yeah, we definitely, did a lot for the youth, for any adults, anybody that wanted to get into sports and get into the tennis community. We made that happen, and we did a lot of events and gave back.
Well, it's events like these that start to show off how when a market is finally made free, all this different kind of innovation comes about where, I'm sure Turtle, who was just with us, had to keep a much lower profile with his cooking compared to now, where he can freely experiment and share what he knows. And the vape tech that's come along that didn't exist so many years ago. You know, just all the different aspects that have come along have made a good showing of what the free market can do when it's allowed to work.
For sure. Absolutely.
You know, the size of this is
Are we still live? Okay.
yeah. The size of this is like just I would never have thought that it would get this big, because you see this type of stuff with like the beer industry doing their
beer tastings.
Yeah,
and,
the tastings.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's no big deal. That this is just widely accepted, and now the marijuana industry's finally got its own.
Yeah, and what's interesting, look who is noticeably not here.
Who?
There's no police here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There is no police here. There is no Arizona police at this location. And when we are here at cannabis consumption or cannabis events, typically in Arizona, when there are police, you know, they're just hanging out and people just continue to do what they're doing. And that to me is just so interesting and funny at the same time, that you're consuming in front of a law officer, and it's just not in your DNA to do that.
No. Well, and the thing is, they probably have police officers at the alcohol events, because things can go sideways.
Absolutely.
I don't think anything's going to go sideways here.
Can I tell you? So I'm now going on 5 years living in Arizona, and I've probably, I mean, this must be my, I'm just going to say 80th event. Okay, just kind of doing some quick math. I have never seen one fight.
Oh yeah.
I have
For
never
what?
seen a fight at a cannabis event, ever.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've seen anybody. I've seen people, you know, fall asleep.
Yeah.
I've seen people fall asleep, but I've never seen anybody fight.
No. I mean, I think the only thing that ever happens is somebody who just gets themselves a little dehydrated out here in this wide open blue sky day.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, drink water. That's about it.
It's in it. Yeah, because it is warm, you know, and but it is remarkable that, you know, that we can do this and be free and have a open consumption in a way. I mean, it's not. Well, it is. It's open consumption. Let's be bold. Let's be bold and say it. It's open consumption here. It is. Let's be bold and let's be free. Let's say what it is. Let's call it out. You know.
I mean, again, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, what's the problem?
Yeah. You know, it's it's 21 and older, and there's no children, and it is what it is. And Arizona's been doing it successfully for many, many years. So,
you know, I wanted to talk about the legalization a little bit. Do you remember, because what was that? That was 2021?
2020. Because the reason, you know how it's because medical went 2010, and in Arizona, rec went 2020, and that's how I remember it. It's because of the round years. 2010 and 2020.
Well, the thing that I remember was I remember reading the news stories when they went from medical to recreational. The news was like, oh, this will take like 3 months, you know, to convert the medical to the recreational. And what ended up happening was, for once the government was kind of on the ball, I think it was like they sent out a release to the dispensaries to say, hey, fill out this paperwork. We already know you, and we'll just check the box. And I think it was about a week later that it was just full rec for all of the established dispensaries. And I thought that was like a really interesting experience when that happened. I stood in the line.
I haven't heard a lot of stories, and it was interesting. I was in the industry at the time when it went, but I didn't have too many customers here, you know, to handhold or to even talk with. But that's amazing.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where, you know, my point of view would think, of course, the government will take forever, they'll drag their feet, whatever, but they were right on top of it, and were, you know, I think they were incentivized by the increase in tax revenue that they saw was going to happen, so there was no point in dragging their feet to get a new freedom for residents of Arizona.
Arizona's got it going on. Arizona does a lot of things that are very right.
Well, it's, you know, putting the power to the individual is how you get everything. How you increase liberty and how you make things work out better.
Do we have Miss Teeter? All right. You can just come right over here, Miss Teeter. Oh my gosh. Miss Teeter, how are you doing? Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
please
just,
meet Eric. He's with the Maricopa County Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
And he is our partner and sponsor today. Yeah, we are live right now. We are live streaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, Teeter comes from Halo Infusions, and they have some amazing products. First off, they have a drink. I'm going to let Teeter get into it, and I know Eric's going to have some great questions for Teeter because, first off, she's a badass in the industry, and we've sat down and we've spoken a couple times. But Teeter, if you could talk to the viewers a little bit about your products, tell us what you got.
So infused edibles and tinctures, and then we also have our topical line as well, and then we also do a canine CBD product. So very medicinally focused but recreational friendly products.
Yeah, the last time we talked a lot about the canine CBD, and we got a lot of action on the social media about that. I think because people had been looking for CBD for their pets during COVID, and I do believe that there was a little bit of a shortage of CBD for pets. Where does that product stand today? What's the availability of it?
So canine CBD is available across like a couple different dispensaries in the Valley and Arizona. We are working towards launching it online, so that way it's available to consumers across everywhere.
That is so great. And if anybody, suffers with their pets when there's fireworks, or their pet has anxiety, or their pet doesn't like thunder, or they have an old pet. Like I have a 21-year-old cat, and she's got some, she's 21. She wants a little bit of anxiety proofing, right?
Exactly. And like I have a 14-year-old Australian cattle dog pit bull mix, and I mean, she's like her little old self, but we just put a little bit of CBD and she'll get her zoomies and act like a puppy, and it really helps during her anxiety during thunderstorms.
Yeah.
She doesn't like loud noises, so it just helps her kind of like tune it out. She'll relax, go lay down, and she's not worked up when, it's Arizona monsoon season.
What about you, Eric? What's your pet department situation?
Well, I've actually got a dog and a cat, and interestingly enough, I have done a little bit of the CBD treats for the dog sometime, mostly around, fireworks and thunderstorms.
Okay.
And those seem to be great, but it's nice to be able to have them just on hand, just in case. And of course, anything that looks treat-shaped, she's like super, super excited about it. But yeah, do you want to get some government questions in here?
Oh, for sure. I have one more quick question for Teeter, though. Are you guys here, and do you have your drink here?
I'm not set up today. We are submitted for judging those, so we're waiting to see how we come out in the edible beverage categories, and then also topicals.
Oh, super, super. Okay, so we'll find out at the end of the day how you guys did.
Yeah.
Okay, so come back and report. Okay.
I will.
Oh, super. So yeah, Eric definitely has some great questions for you here today.
Yeah. This is going to be fun.
It is fun. It's definitely good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what I got. Something that's more edible specific, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, I guess let me get onto what made you start doing the edibles? Did you start at home, like before legalization, or what kind of prompted that?
So I'm an account manager for Halo Infusions. Halo Infusions was the first edibles company in the state of Arizona, but we're owned by Maurice Stein. I work for him. He's a great person to work for. I started in the cannabis industry on the bud tending side. I started at a dispensary, worked my way up into management, and then about 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to work more with the bud tenders on education. And Halo Infusions is a very education-forward company. So my primary job is to go around to the different dispensaries and educate their bud tenders on our products. So I sought Murray out and asked him for a job and bugged them for 6 weeks until they gave me one.
Oh, very nice. So I guess the thing that I came back to was so on the edibles itself, the government decides that edibles are limited on how many milligrams they can have per gummy or per whatever, and like a total amount. What do you think about those restrictions?
For the recreational user, we understand those restrictions. I mean, they're 100 milligrams per package that can be easily dosed into 10 milligram segments or 10 milligram portions, or be 10 milligram individual pieces. But having like those higher doses for your medicinal clients who have their Arizona medical card is needed, just because they need that accessibility to those
higher
medications.
doses?
Yeah, but getting a medical card, like we agree that's really important. Like we partner up with It's Always 420 in Arizona. They do medical marijuana certifications. So we very much promote getting your medical card if you need access to those higher doses.
And so, knowing that difference, do you think you have more freedom in the edible space when you don't have that 10 milligram, 100 milligram restriction? Like, do you have more freedom to make different products?
That's kind of a tough question. We make both recreational and medicinal products, so we're not really restricted to the milligram dosage, because we do make them for the medical aspect. I guess where the restriction would lie would be in the dispensary. If they are a medical dispensary, are they able to purchase it from us? So I guess because not all dispensaries are medical and some are just recreational, that's where those limitations would hinder us.
What, just for the uninformed, what would be like a medical only product?
Medical only products when it comes to the edible space is anything over 100 milligrams in total that cannot be portioned out into 10 milligram pieces.
So you could potentially sell something that's like 200 milligrams in one thing.
Yeah, so we have 1,000 milligram brownie and 1,000 milligram chocolate bar, actually.
Eric, those are great
They're
questions.
fantastic
Excellent.
for the people who need to dose high, that really need that pain relief, that sleep help, just that overall relaxation. Like, it really does help them. But yeah, we sell 1,000 milligram products.
Okay, so 1,000's is about the ceiling, maybe.
Yeah, that's what we see here in Arizona. I don't know if there's a couple products that are more. I have seen ones in California that are like 2,000. Like, those are a little bit intense. I know back in the day when it was just medical, there was a couple like 2,000 milligram brownies floating out there. But yeah, that could be a little bit much. But everybody's body's different. So it's what the individual needs, not what you think is right.
The only other thing that I've seen in medical is the pure RSO that's in the syringe, for cancer patients.
Okay, yeah.
And that's absolutely not available to a rec patient.
And then,
a rec customer. I didn't mean to say patient. Yeah.
Yeah, and is that like that would be something like the Charlotte's Web strain?
Correct.
Like the high CBD stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
So RSO is multi-cannabinoid. How we actually use RSO in all of our products, and that's by making it an edible and keeping it in that 100 milligram dose. That's how we make RSO available to the recreational market. Unfortunately, since RSO typically comes in 1,000 milligram syringe, that's where. What is RSO? Is it an edible? Is it a concentrate?
Right.
But that's where, the state comes in and they make their calls on that. And yeah.
Would you say the state's overburdening on the regulatory scheme?
Ooh. Not answering as Halo, answering as myself.
Personal question, I guess.
Just saying, answering as myself, I do feel they're a little overburdened, and I feel like it should be more in the patient's hands to decide. We should do more active voting on what we want to see.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
So.
And there's nothing wrong with continued reforms in the industry to get it to a place where there's, my viewpoint on it is there shouldn't be any regulation at all around it. Because the individual should decide what they want for their body, right? So having as many options as possible would be the ideal situation, but I do understand the reality. And it's finding that good middle balance where I would put less.
Right. Safety guidelines are still needed. You do have to have regulations to make sure that, we're
Purity's
not giving
good.
it to children. It's, you want a certain amount of regulation, but you also need to come together and decide it for yourselves, the people who are using it. So.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, speaking as me.
No, for sure. Absolutely. No, it's good answer.
Yep.
Good answer, Teeter. We're with you.
Well, cool. Well, I think I have all my questions answered.
Awesome.
So you came to support Errl Cup and your products and your company?
Yeah, I came to
Fantastic.
support and just, see how we do. So I'll report back if we won any awards today.
Please do.
But
Come show.
Yeah, actually the Pure and Simple juice that you love so much is one of the edibles that's up for the running, and then our cookies and our topical.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, the juice is quite delicious.
So,
Yes.
and yeah, everybody at Errl Cup's been great. So talking to everybody here, thank them for just putting on a great event for today.
Yeah. I don't know what number this is. Errl Cup, maybe 7 or 8 or 10 or 5.
This is one of the the
Five?
first events here that I always remember hearing about. I've heard of Errl Cup as long as I've been in the industry, and
It's
that's going
true.
on 7 years now.
It's true. They are
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, they really have just a super, super event. So we'll
So.
call it Errl Cup number 7.
Yep.
And then we'll correct ourselves later because we love them so much.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes.
So, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys talking to me for a little
Teeter,
bit.
you're the best. Thank you so much. We'll definitely see you out.
Yep, I'll see you around.
Thank you for coming on with us. I so appreciate you're getting hit by the sun right there.
but it's good.
Oh, yeah. You're just getting pounded on. Yes.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, and we're going to continue on here with Errl Cup. I've got 2 microphones now, speaking into the one and speaking into the other. We're going to continue on here, and the music's pounding, and everybody is enjoying our cannabis
geez, if you're
event
not
here,
here, get
Errl
on-
Cup
get on down.
2025 in Mesa, Arizona. Tina Tasaka, Cannabis X America.
We have an interview coming up.
this isn't going to be like on the news or anything.
Oh yeah, witness protection. Yeah. Okay, here's the camera. Here's the other camera. If I'm pointing to that camera, that's the one. Okay.
Wow, professional. Dude, you need some shade. You are getting so red.
That's okay.
You know, just wet your t-shirt and pull it up over your head like a headband.
After you guys all take a break.
You're going to look nice when you go home. You're going to have a real good deep tan.
Well, that's usually what happens. It's
Yeah.
Take it in and
that
get
fresh
nice
deep
and brown.
tan is always very sexy.
All right. Well, we're back here at the Errl Cup. I'm Eric, the chair of the Maricopa County Libertarian Party, and we're streaming live from the Errl Cup. And we've got, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. My name is Summer.
All right. Oh, you've got yours.
Oh, hi. My name is Violet.
Summer and Violet, great. So I had just wanted to ask some questions about your views on drug policy, how it relates with the government, and one of the things that I like to think about is now that things are legalized, how has this changed your relationship with marijuana?
What's your name again?
Oh, I'm Eric.
Aaron?
Eric.
Eric? Hi, Eric. Well, she can answer that, and I can answer that in a second, but you mentioned drugs, like weed is a drug, and then you said that now that drugs are legal, how is that affecting, your life?
Let me rephrase that.
Okay,
now that
thank you.
marijuana is legal.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I've been out in the sun for a long time, I guess.
Say nope to dope, kids, folks.
So with marijuana, now that marijuana has been legalized, how has that affected your relationship with it?
I mean, for me, I would say I definitely feel more safe with it because you're getting it through like a company and not just from some random person. Other than that, I feel like I don't really have any other opinions about it.
No, that's fair. So like purity, having purity has been a benefit from the legalization. Yeah. No, that's totally.
That's definitely the main point I would say for me too. Right now, when they're claiming that fentanyl is in marijuana, even now, like and in the vapes and everything, and sometimes you can get it cheaper on the street, but you don't really know what you're getting.
Right.
So I agree with Summer 100%. Like that is the best part. Also the availability, like you can go anytime. And you never have that dry spell, like we used to, where you couldn't find it anywhere for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like literally nobody had it.
The guy was all out.
Yeah. And so here, like that never happens. And, having so much variety to choose from and also so many dispensaries, like just, yeah.
No, that is a good thing. So,
nice.
So I think this is one of the first times that you've seen a major rollback in the government's intervention in a particular part of your life. Are there any other parts of your life where you might want to see a rollback in the government's involvement in something?
You mean like with drugs?
No, anything.
I mean, I think we've gotten really lenient, already, like maybe don't push it. I don't know.
Well, I guess to keep it in the in this same realm, what do you think about psilocybin mushrooms being decriminalized or potentially legalized in the future?
About what kind of mushrooms?
Psilocybin, psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I grew up in the generation we did a lot of mushrooms, so I like mushrooms. I've never seen anybody go crazy, I've seen them go crazy, but not like in a scary way or in a violent way. Now everybody's microdosing, I notice.
Well, but again, that's a very valid use
and I'm
some
interested.
people find great benefit for.
Right, because I wouldn't do mushrooms again because of the past, like all the trips that I've had, and I'm too old for that. You know what I mean? But the microdosing, they have the little chocolate candy bars. And I noticed they're also microdosing, what are they microdosing now?
What, the other psychedelic, LSD?
What is it?
What, LSD or acid? But the thing that I've seen, or at least the Silicon Valley stuff that I've seen is microdosing mushrooms that are in little mini capsules. And I've seen people who have said great things that at that lower dose, it unlocks a bit of creativity to help them, with whatever their project might be.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say really good things about microdosing and just how it helps them, like, mentally, spiritually, so it could be good.
So there is some potential for that. So from my personal experience in Denver, I signed the petition to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms, and it ended up passing. So it's not full legalization, but the fact that it's not a police priority and not something that they can invade your Fourth Amendment rights over is a pretty nice change to see happen. Let me go back to my big list of questions that I have for you.
Hold on, I think you need a fan first.
Very funny. Okay, well, what do you think about the idea that prohibiting drugs does more harm than the drugs themselves?
Yeah, it can, definitely. For instance, I have been smoking for 50 years, and I have 2 possession of marijuana charges. Both times, less than a gram. There was like a joint, both times.
Have you gotten expunged?
Yeah, so I've done like a year and a half in prison for like
For a
2
plant?
joints of weed, basically.
That's terrible.
It is.
That's so
and
terrible.
that disrupted my life. This is actually my daughter, my youngest daughter. And she was alone all that time. I mean, she wasn't alone. She had her older brothers and sisters, and they were, teenagers and had their own kids too. But she was without her mom for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the guy that was with me had dope, he had meth, and he ended up having to show up for court. He didn't even get taken in.
That's crazy. Yeah, just the harm that that drug or marijuana prohibition has done. I mean, that's terrible. And the fact that now it's very much legal in that situation would have never happened.
Right.
Right.
Senseless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's completely insane is we were talking to some people earlier. Supposedly across the United States, 600 people are arrested a day still. Obviously in these other states that aren't legal. And that seemed like such a high number. I'm sure it's true, but that is very, very crazy that, if we're going to be using the judicial system for anything, it should be for real crimes that we all understand of murder and those, really bad things, not throwing somebody in a cage for a plant.
Right.
Nice little plant that's now, is very widely accepted.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, unless you have some libertarian questions for me, we can wrap this up.
It was nice talking with you.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was nice. Thank you very much. You did kind of open my eyes a little bit about the legalization of the mushrooms. I have a friend that he grows them. He even grows the worms and the dirt, and I mean, he does from the beginning. It's so organic. And but he doesn't microdose. He power doses.
Oh yeah.
And like
is he going heroic?
Yeah. No, I'm just like I have 27 grandkids.
Wow.
2 great grandkids. Like I don't need to say anymore. Like weed's it, and weed is finally legal. Thank God. It's not a stigma. People aren't gonna look at me crazy.
That was another question I had asked earlier. Yeah. Do you think the stigma's changed and that's a good thing?
Totally. Yeah. And if you look around, everybody smokes weed. Like.
Well, here, right now, I see some of it happening right now.
Yeah, definitely here. But I mean, everywhere. Like at least half of the people around you are smoking.
Here, that makes me think of one other thing was, what do you think about drug testing policies in the workplace? Now that things are legalized, is there maybe some more pushback on that?
I don't know.
You just applied for a big job.
Yeah, when I see that, it is kind of scary because it's like, to me, I don't think weed is like a drug or it's harmful or like affecting me in my work life. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you smoke like when you're working?
No, I don't smoke. I used to not like smoking in public because I used to get anxiety, but now when I'm in like social settings, yes, I can do it, but never when I'm working because that would give me anxiety.
Right. I think, but again, that's
and also
responsible.
I'm professional, so.
Yeah, that's responsible use of, you know, while you're on the clock, you're very focused, but your free time is your free time, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't think someone should be able to like dictate what you do because it's not necessarily affecting them.
It's not affecting your job, and it's just the silly thing that marijuana binds to our fat, which lets it stay, you know, discoverable for longer periods of time. Otherwise, it would probably, you know, could it be like the other ones where it's in and out of your system so quick? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right. I actually got tested once. I was in jail for weed, and they woke me up to give me a UA. I'd already been in jail over a month, so I have not smoked at all. And my test came back positive, so I got put in lockdown. And I was arguing with them. They like would not listen to me. And
But
I've
you're
heard
like, it's
people
this really
say,
teeny low level. It's really like you're too sensitive on the test.
yeah, and I've heard like real heavy people say like it's taken like a year for it to get out of their system. But that was back in the day when you couldn't smoke it.
Sure.
Now you can smoke it like, I mean, they can see your levels if you take the test. But who cares if you know, smoke all day from morning to night, if you can still do what you need to do and, you're a good person and all of that. Like, we have a video actually of me like getting so mad at like people, and I'm like sick of like crackheads and these fentanyl users. They steal everything. They're hurting people. They're destroying lives. And I'm like, they don't deserve weed. Weed is for good. But it was, I don't know. I just said it. It was a joke. I really didn't mean that. It's funny though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, weed has saved my life many times. In fact, weed helped me to get off of meth.
Good.
Yep.
Well,
and I don't really think you can become addicted to weed, but you definitely become addicted to the lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm good.
You made me think of one other thing. I wanted to ask Summer, right?
Yeah.
So for the younger generation, they're reporting stuff now that the alcohol consumption's going down pretty heavily, and that
I like that.
Gen Z and that whole group is like has like very low alcohol consumption in comparison. Do you think that marijuana's contributed to that?
I think so too, or I think it does. Just for personal experience, I notice I would prefer to smoke than like get drunk nowadays. So like for last night example, I had one drink and then I just was hitting my pen and I was good the whole night. So yeah.
Yeah. I think there's been a lot of people getting sober and being California sober, and that's helped them deal with a really bad alcohol addiction.
Very good.
No,
Proud of you
absolutely.
guys.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting to see how things are shifting.
Yeah.
And that you're seeing it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Well, perfect. Well, you guys have been really awesome. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Like, really great opinions on everything. Yeah. So by the end of the day, we'll do the drawing on $400 of lovely vapes, flowers, edibles.
I want it so bad.
Like it's a big old grab bag. And anyway, we're wrapping it up here.
Vote for me. No, I'm joking.
Perfect.
Thank you, Eric.
Well, thank you. Here, I'll grab that.
Woo.
Hey.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Good luck to the Libertarian Party. Is this something new?